Welcome to the VS Criminal Defense Attorneys podcast, providing an informative resource on criminal law with a specific focus on sex crimes. From protecting yourself from false accusations to understanding the exact boundaries of the law, being informed is always the best first line of defense. This podcast series is reviewed and approved by attorney Michelle Villanueva-Scura.
In this episode, we'll talk about the long-term consequences for sexual offenders and what happens after a sex crime conviction in Arizona. A conviction of a sex crime in Arizona can follow you for the rest of your life with negative consequences, including a criminal record and registry as a sex offender, along with strict probation terms and continual monitoring. Arizona has a reputation for holding some of the strictest laws for sex offenders. Prosecutors, judges, and juries are frequently aggressive with convictions and consequences for people who have been charged with sex crimes. So it's imperative to work with an experienced Gilbert sex crimes attorney immediately. People who are convicted of a sex crime in Arizona will likely face lifetime probation as one of several consequences. Lifetime probation is intended to deter future crime, protect the public, and provide rehabilitation for the convicted, while also enabling probation officers and law enforcement officers to be aware of the location and conduct of anyone who has been labeled a sex offender. First, let's understand what the probation terms are in Arizona. The state of Arizona recognizes probation as a consequence that can be implemented for anyone who is convicted of misdemeanor or felony charges. In general, probation is considered to be a lighter sentence that is an alternative to jail or prison time, and is often a more cost-effective type of punishment. However, Arizona probation regulations can be confusing, so it's important to discuss any consequences or questions with your Chandler Criminal Defense law firm. Probation terms vary significantly in length, but generally range from 6 months to 7 years. The length will depend on the severity of the conviction, whether the person has prior convictions, and what type of crime was committed. Some crimes are punished more severely when it comes to probation terms, including gang-related crime, white-collar crime, domestic violence, and sexual offenses. If you've been convicted of one of these crimes and been sentenced to probation terms, your daily life will be scrutinized. Even the smallest violation of probation terms can put you into prison. However, when it comes to probation terms, the most penalized crime in Arizona are sexual offenses, which typically result in probation for the remainder of the person's life. Sex crimes that may result in lifetime probation include child molestation, sexual abuse of any kind, adult or child pornography, cybercrimes, dangerous crimes against children, indecent exposure, sexual exploitation of a minor, sexual assault, sexual misconduct, and some situations involving sexting, which can encompass a variety of sexual offenses, such as sexual harassment or coercion. Now you must be wondering, what does it mean to be a lifetime sex offender? After a sex crime conviction, you will be required to undergo a psychological evaluation or risk assessment to determine whether you are a threat to society and whether you can remain in your community. If you test as low risk, you may be considered a good candidate for probation, but you will still need to register as a sex offender. This information will be searchable by anyone and can make it challenging for you to find a place to work or live. Lifetime probation as a sex offender will result in many limitations, including restrictions on travel, employment, curfew, and even computer usage. You'll be required to attend counseling and treatment sessions for many years and will be unable to have any legal contact with minors, including your own children. The best way to avoid a sex crimes conviction and the limitations and consequences that go along with it is by getting legal representation and guidance from an experienced Mesa sex crimes defense lawyer. Another question we are frequently asked is, can lifetime probation be revoked? Lifetime probation is a common consequence of some types of criminal activity, but it doesn't always last for a person's whole life. You may be able to petition the court to request a termination of your probation. The court will consider various factors, including your probation performance, your risk of reoffense, the recommendation of your therapist and other professionals, and more as they determine whether your probation record can be expunged. Your Queen Creek sex crimes law firm can provide guidance to give you the highest chances of success. Remember, it is crucial you talk with an experienced sex crimes defense law firm in Arizona. Arizona's law requests harsh penalties for sexual offenders. If you've been charged with a sex crime, you need a trusted attorney at your side who can help you understand your rights and legal options. VS Criminal Defense Attorneys provides aggressive, skilled defense for people who have been charged with sex crimes in Arizona. We have extensive experience successfully representing clients against sex crime allegations and other criminal charges. Contact our office to schedule a free, confidential, no-obligation consultation. Call us at 480-923-9001 or visit us online at vsattorney.com.
Thank you for listening to the VS Criminal Defense Attorneys podcast. VS Criminal Defense Attorneys are focused on offering clients personalized service and aggressive representation. Our attorneys are passionate about individual rights, government accountability, and personal freedom. No matter what you are charged with, our criminal defense attorneys will be there to guide you. Call today to schedule your strategy session. It is time to fight back.